Posehn. I used to have a podcast where I played Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of my friends. I missed it, so I decided to make a new one. It's called Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. It's myself, a couple of my buddies, Blaine Patch, Dan Telfer, Ken Daly, an occasional guest or two, and we're going to be playing in a new setting, my dining room. Each week you'll hear my wife, my son, my dogs, and we're going to be playing in a place that I love and playing the game that I've loved half my life, Dungeons and Dragons. We've got 5th edition, and we're ready. So are you ready? Here's Brian Posehn's Nerd Poker. Hey everybody, Happy New Year.
Pushing out till 5, but it's late.
Hey, go pee on your sleeping roommate.
What?
Go prank your roommate. Isn't that what people do on New Year's when they're young and attractive?
Our voices
Yeah, I guess.
are all fucked up.
Yeah, we're all...
Ken's sick.
We have the plague.
Dan is dying.
I'm always
Blaine.
dying. So is everybody.
Yeah,
Blaine has pneumonia.
I do. It's like has a zipper up the back and it's smashing my city.
Rhodes wanted everybody to know that he's on Christmas break, so he will not be introducing this show.
He's feeling that. Is he out of school yet?
Yeah.
And he probably just is like, I'm going to put my feet up and do nothing.
Yeah, but he came in here with a little bit of attitude, and he's wearing a onesie. Like, whenever
It is a shark one.
whenever he's a jerk and he's dressed like a 5-year-old, I want to go, dude.
I decided not to say anything, but he pulled out a shiv and stabbed me with like an old Coke bottle.
He
When I
didn't
came
twist
in
it and
the
break
door.
it off in you, did he?
Huh?
Didn't twist it, break it off inside you.
Oh, well, yeah, it's fine.
You got to
Happy holidays.
Yeah, you got to bend them back and forth until they almost break. Then kink. That's what I learned when I was at Pleasant Valley for 5. Long 5.
Every time people would give a lukewarm response to a Jimmy Pardo joke, he would always say, "That was a perfect joke. If you didn't like it, grab a bottle, break it on the counter, stab yourself in the neck with it."
I love Jimmy Pardo.
He's fantastic.
Episode 37, right?
Yeah.
The first of 2018.
Tonight, the adventure of the creepy campground.
We're doing a danger room. This is just gonna be like a bunch of scared little girls in the forest. Blaine will be playing the character of Stephanie.
Hi.
I don't think this joke is funny enough to do it 2 more times.
That's okay. Gina told me, and she's a bitch.
So, Blaine, if I may catch you up,
Oh, that's right. I was really sick this last one.
yeah, and I forgot my laptop at home, and I couldn't pull up the Patreon site, so I'm just gonna say,
You know, wouldn't it be more of a LARP top? We'll be right back.
thank you to all our loyal subscribers, especially a little fella who dangles in the end of my tongue every time I think of this game. It's a little, I don't know who you're talking about. Little hard at the base, a little hard at the tip, a little hard in between. Hard at 24/7, doesn't have to go to the emergency room.
He lives in Castle Grayscroat.
Ladies and gentlemen, Skeletor's dick. I should also throw out there that like I can't wait to actually remember my laptop because there's a bunch of people who change their Patreon name to like He-Man's Merkin and stuff like that.
Oh, hey. You're
Aw.
back? You okay? You want to say anything? You're just hugging me. I love you.
I like your PJs, Rhodes. Yeah, those are cool. He's a shark with Darth Vader feet.
Bye, buddy.
Christmas break is over.
A Cure song?
So you guys have rewound time to right before Horo landed on the island. You kind of waited on the beach to snag this bard up. The first time you encountered him, you just thought he was kind of weird and gross, and he killed himself in the woods, and you guys just kind of like were creeped out by it. But it's been revealed that he is the last living descendant of this ancient vampire wizard called the Demolith, who has been sowing his blood through this post-apocalyptic island to try to become a god. He wants to fold the island in half and kind of make it collapse in a black hole and become like a god.
Sure. As you do.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Uh,
Story of my life.
Something I think that's particularly relevant is you're kind of just east of Count Amelegda's castle. So you made it through some woods that you had dodged last time, that you'd kind of teleported through with Count Amelegda's help. But this time when you encountered him, you were like, nope, you're dumb. And you just kind of like gave him the salute. And these guys, Blaine, encountered these things called crocas. They look like little bipedal iguanas with giant yellow light bulb eyes. And they wore robes, and they cast a bunch of like blinding spells. And Brian knocked one out, looted its pockets, threw it in a bag. So that's something we haven't really done in a while.
Do they look like,
Taking a hostage.
the caretakers?
Huh?
They look like the caretakers from Jedi.
They kind of, don't ruin it for Blaine. You guys don't. Last Jedi.
It's such not a spoiler.
It's a spoiler. I got really mad if like anyone tweeted like a trailer.
I told you what happened to me. I was in the theater waiting to watch the movie.
They played a trailer
and they
you've been
showed
trying
the
to
trailer.
avoid.
They showed a trailer before the movie I'm seeing.
Which
Jedi, Last Jedi.
Oh yeah.
So they tried to spoil it. I put my fingers in my ears and went nah, but
Had you not seen any trailers?
nothing.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do you even do that?
It's not easy. And then the theater, you go to see in the theater and they spoil it.
What theater shows a trailer of the movie you're about to
It was
see?
a
I've never
commercial
even
with
seen
the
it.
trailer in it.
Oh,
They were
I
talking
see.
about, buying Coca-Cola and shit.
Right.
Stupid idiots.
Yeah, there probably weren't a lot of stopgaps to avoid something like that. They were just like, if we could paint everything with The Last Jedi leading up to this movie, it needs to happen. Walt Disney's corpse kind of just like gave everyone the finger and said, play it 3 times before Ferdinand, and everyone can deal with it no matter how scared they are. So yeah, you've got a hostage, a little guy called a Croca, is in a bag. They looted his pockets, found a little magical skull, a little wooden cockroach fetish, and you're I think trying to get out of the woods now, trying to kind of cross the gap between Count Amelegda's woods and the Lunar Elves' woods. You've got Luoven with you.
Okay.
And she says, I'm starting to get a little nervous about bumping into myself and what that could. Can we do something about that?
We can avoid ourselves.
Well, I think you might be.
What does she have in mind? How would we avoid her?
You guys are like. You guys have a little bit of a time gap between when you arrive, but Luoven lives in the woods that you're going to go try to go underground.
Right. So what does she have in mind? What would she like to do?
She doesn't know. I mean,
Is it physically touching or just seeing?
well, her people believe it can cause horrible things, so they have a lot
Just
of rules.
seeing yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anything you can do to. I mean, she wants to talk.
Oh my God,
but
my ass does look huge in those jeans.
She's hoping she can.
cover
I mean,
you in
these
something? Would that
jeans.
help?
Oh my God.
Cover you in some sort of a sheet.
Yeah.
All right. We'll cover her with something, cut eye holes in it. Trick or treat with us.
Like E.T.?
So you just kind of like make like a shawl that she can drape over her head. She
At least as a, until we can get her away from herself.
she goes okay, and she pricks her finger and draws a sigil on her chest. That basically, to her people, means like go away. She says.
Oh, okay.
All right.
But she wants to try to negotiate if you don't encounter her.
Not overly dramatic at all.
Well, yeah, her people feel really bad about causing the end of the world. It's totally
okay.
So they're trying to be very sensitive.
The Republicans?
Bad about them causing
Yeah, they're total remorseful Republicans. The Lunar Elves.
Oh, that's a non-existent thing. Oh, it's
If you
it's
in the
We're playing
fantasy
D&D,
games, you
yeah.
can try to like.
Got it.
It's really hard to suspend your disbelief, but see if you can imagine somebody who votes the way their parents told them to, no matter what.
All right.
Sorry. Why do they talk about politics? So
I voted for Pat Paulson.
He hasn't run the last few years, and that's the problem.
and she also says we might want to.
He's dead, isn't he?
Yes. But that really hasn't
I
stopped
have a
anybody.
watch. I have a Pat Paulson watch.
Oh, really?
Do you have your map?
Yeah.
All right, I want to show you where you
there's
are.
What I'm talking about, my Pat Paulson watch.
I know.
There's a very problematic video of Pat Paulson on the
can't DM
in
and follow
blackface on
every
the
40-year-old
Merv Griffin show. If anybody wants to check that out.
You don't know who Pat Paulson is.
No, who is he?
Would you? Someone from the 60s.
Old timey
well,
comedian.
I was born in '78, so
But he ran for office a lot. He was a political comic who.
They're laughing a lot.
He had a very Buster Keaton-y kind of deadpan.
oh, okay. I
face.
know who Buster Keaton is.
He's way older than Pat Paulson. You've got a strange hole in your history.
I have a funny feeling that Buster Keaton is much more famous than Pat Paulson. I don't mean to
In
brag.
some circles.
So you guys are kind of right here. There's some hills and a gap.
So we're sort of like at Skeletor's Gunt.
There's a gap. I'm going to buy some jeans.
I'm gonna do some rolls.
They're Radio Shacking right
for
now.
your NPC friends. I would like everyone to do a stealth check, difficulty of 15, please. Look at your bonuses. Ask me if you don't know what it is, because I have all your sheets on this laptop.
All right. I got an 8. And. Oh, I can't see because I don't have my glasses.
Oh, really?
So an 8, whatever my bonus is.
I can look you up.
Thank you.
I think you're super stealthy, so that sounds
Sorry,
right.
what are we rolling for? What's this check?
Steel.
Stealth.
Okay. I got a 14 with my bonus. So.
Cool.
I think I'm plus
It's a little low, but
15.
hey, Bodhi, what you got? You're not super stealthy, so you probably want to roll pretty high. Boink.
Is there 3 pretty high?
Plus, what was it?
You have a +0 bonus to stealth.
Oh, hi guys. I was on my iPad playing Minecraft. I just wanted to say hi to you guys and Happy New Year.
Say Happy New Year a little closer to the
Happy New Year.
mic. Cool.
Yay.
Thanks, buddy.
People
Happy
love
New
it
Year,
when you
Rhodes.
do a voice.
You're playing Minecraft?
I was playing Minecraft.
Okay.
Have you ever played it against the Ender Dragon?
I've never really been to the end yet.
I haven't either. I'm not real good at it, but I played it when it was in beta. Long time ago.
I only have like a +2 on
You
that.
do have kind of a beta
you're,
cuck vibe.
So you attract a little bit of attention. You make it through the plains a little bit. You
Is
try
it my jean jacket with the cool British steel Judas Priest cover on the back? That draws a lot of attention, man.
Two of the scouts are trying to stay ahead between trees, but at a crucial moment, Bodhi, you step on. Just like a little. It's not a botch, right? You just kind of your foot kind of gets extra scratchy against a rock and just kind of goes, and you're like, ugh.
Okay.
It made a lot of noise. Everybody, roll a perception check, a difficulty of 10. It's not too hard.
7.
Oh my god, how you're eating like 12 cough drops.
Got an 18.
5.
So
10.
okay, so a couple of you guys notice there's some sort of humanoid form at the edge of a patch of trees, kind of waiting in the shadows.
Great.
Is there any sort of way to see if it's do a scarab check on it?
Sure.
Or is it too far away?
No, I don't think so. Pull out the scarab.
Oh no, it's not that far away. It's about 200 yards away.
Okay.
You bust out the scarab, and it's a little faint because it is far away, but you see just wisps of red.
Red.
Okay.
You guys believe that to mean undead.
Red, undead.
Fordenmeyer says, I don't know if they remember us. Do we want to... I don't know why that sounds like LZ Falcon Crow. I don't know if we want to confront him. I don't know. What do you guys want to do? Woven's like, that's not good.
If they
we're not
remember
undead.
us. If they remember us.
They Fordenmeyer and the Woven are like, I don't think anyone's going to remember us. Horo didn't remember.
Got it.
So
Well, what's their choice? Turn, go around them?
you could try to go around him. You could ignore him. You could approach him.
What do you say, fellas?
I say we ignore him. Let's just keep moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you keep moving, and as you kind of get perpendicular to this guy, and he's on your immediate left, he kind of disappears into the shadows, seemingly deliberately, because you just got a little bit closer to him.
Creep.
You make it just a little bit farther when you see something that looks a bit like a little parade. you see a carriage with nothing pulling it, wheeling forward, and there are 8 beings marching in front of it. They're not pulling
A
the
little
carriage.
parade meaning
And they're
small
heading
in
towards you
stature
guys.
or small in
They're not
people?
small in stature.
Okay.
They're pretty big. And as you get past a bunch of trees, they sort of come into view, and they look like they're headed towards you deliberately.
All right. What do they look like?
Unsettling.
You why don't you do perception check or difficulty? A 10.
Stand and deliver. 15.
So Tom, you go. Oh, those are some of Barris's guards. You recognize
good old Barris.
there's 8 of them, and 6 of these guys are those 10-foot tall Katydids with human faces,
Right.
and so they're
They're on our
Our
side.
old friend Barris.
they don't remember you. You don't think?
Oh,
You
They're
rewound
outside
time
now.
before you met
that's
Barris.
right. Yeah.
So
Funny thing, we're friends in the future.
they kind of come to a stop behind you, and one of them that you don't recognize starts running towards you. It appears to be a human with an owl head.
Oh, you're one of Barris's men.
He stops.
We remember you.
Have we met?
Yes, once before.
I don't remember
We're
you.
good friends with Barris.
Ken, I'm giving you a double thumbs up and going, good job. Good. Go.
He kind of rolls his big eyes and cracks his neck. You realize he's very muscular. He's not wearing a shirt. He's wearing a loincloth.
Well, hello.
He,
Like in the Chick video.
he looks like some kind of escort. And he says,
Escort?
we are
I
here.
unroll my boner.
We are here on behalf of the governor. We understand you took a very important person from the docks that we had specific plans for. We had hoped, while watching you, that you were taking him to Count Amalegda's castle as you were invited to. However, it appears you have your own plan for some reason. We would like to discourage this and encourage you to hand over the bard immediately. And he looks at you, Twee, and says, not you. He looks at Horo and says, you.
Oh, for a minute there, I thought you were talking about me, the bard.
I think we're gonna just head on our way.
We're actually doing this with Count Barris's blessings. So you're probably not high enough
I can't imagine.
in his army to know
hear
about
it.
this.
He
Charisma,
cocks his head
charisma.
And okay. Actually, that's a great point. Why don't you guys do a charisma check, difficulty of 18?
5 plus.
Your according to this sheet, your charisma
7 or
bonus,
6?
Tom, is plus 5.
So 10.
That's a no. Twee?
My charisma is 18, which is pretty low. But I did roll a
You rolled a
20.
20.
Oh,
I rolled a 19.
Shit.
So yeah, you boys talk.
Oh, great.
I gotta work on my charisma.
So he kind of gulps a little bit, and his feathers stand on end in a weird way, the way an owl does when it's cold or it's molting. And he kind of shakes his head and says, "Very well. Please wait here. I will confer with Count Barris." And he walks back to the carriage.
I was in the carriage.
The carriage.
Barris, old buddy.
Let's run.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should hey, what's over there? And then just beat feet in the opposite direction.
Well, I'm glad that worked out. All right. We'll talk to you later.
How do you guys want to handle this? You want to have a tactic for making a break for it? I feel like this is an opportunity to do more than just run.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, he's
I'm
gonna
baiting
call
you,
us on our
obviously.
bullshit. He's not going to remember us. So
correct.
Right. We can
But you
tell
guys
him-
know a
tell
lot
him
of
things we
tricks and
know
stuff.
about him.
yeah, I almost don't want to deal with him though.
Yeah,
Wow. So no distractions, nothing. You're just gonna
No,
fucking.
look at,
You're just gonna fart and run.
I don't have any like
Hey, what?
phantasmal spells
Let's
or anything.
just curious. If we gave you the bard,
He stops and turns around.
what would you give us?
He says, I see you have one of the fallen elves with you. I have no interest, and neither does Count Barris, in dealing with friends of those foul creatures. You're happy if you're. I assume you're going to visit them. However, you cannot take the bard. If you did give us the bard, you could go on your way. We're not afraid of you.
Any of this.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? We're gonna keep going. But thanks.
You say that?
Do we
Yeah.
have any kind of a spell of illusion or something to throw up?
So you say that, and he snaps his fingers, and the Katydids all kind of come to attention. They've all got pole arms. They all start hovering with their wings about, just a foot over the ground. And they start booking it towards you. There's 6 of them, and then there's another humanoid with an owlbear head that sort of runs behind them. You also see the carriage door starts to glimmer, and you suspect that some sort of protection spell has been cast on the carriage.
Okay. Huh.
So we're gonna attack, I guess.
God damn it. Fucking assholes.
Roll for initiative.
Oh, I rolled another 20.
I won, so I'm first.
11.
All right, cool. So this is going to
Double
be...
first.
Tweet, what did you get?
I got a 20.
Oh, shit. Okay. It's going to be Blaine.
Yeah, these loaded dice are great. You guys should get some of these. I roll 20s every time.
Bri. Sorry, I called you Bri.
Okay.
Can. All right. What you going to do? You rolled higher than the bug people and the owlbears.
I'm going to.
One of the owlbear minotaurs is kind of like you were just talking to him. He's kind of jogging up to you, but he's almost in melee range.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do the thing where I sort of hover off the ground a little bit too, and I'm probably going to. I think I'm just going to hit him with a. I think I'm just going to firebolt him.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do a couple of bolts.
They're all gonna roll a saving throw.
What are these?
No.
Sorry.
Yes. No. Yes.
D10s.
D10s.
Yes.
What do we roll?
No. So, you hit 2 of them, Blaine. Why don't you roll for damage, please?
So I did 24.
Okay. So, are you just sort of trying to aim for the group with this thing?
Yeah, I was just kind of going for whoever was closest to me. The guy in melee range.
Oh, okay. Are you just trying to toast
I was going to
him?
unload on him, yeah.
Oh, great. Well, then we roll again for him. I thought you were aiming for the group. I don't know why. What's your wisdom?
My wisdom is 14.
Yeah, so he manages to kind of duck to the side.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Forenmeyer runs up and he's going bear. He manages to transform and land on top of the guy who's running at you, but he misses his bite. The guy just really deftly just sort of wiggles out of the way. These guys look like cartoon wrestlers from the 40s. Like they're just super wiggly. Brian, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to rage.
I wish you would.
Yeah.
Who is this
11
against, by the
of
way?
the closest guy.
The guy that Forenmeyer's got pinned?
Yeah.
Okay.
11 on him. Does that work or no?
Yeah, he's pinned.
Okay, cool.
Roll for damage, please. I automatically assume that you have lit your sword on fire.
Yeah. Seven plus fire and what's the fire damage? on
Plus
that?
2.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So you stab him right in the clavicle and he gurgles.
Clavicle.
He's got a lot more health left.
I have more stabbing left.
And so you do.
Yeah.
Roll for damage, please. That was a very festive dice jump.
7 again.
+2 fire. Great. So you stab at him again, and he tries to dodge this time because he sees what you're doing, but he totally fails.
Cool.
The other guys catch up to you. They close the distance on their turn. It looks like they're all gonna melee you guys. Ken, you're up.
I'm going to. Are we sort of? Oh, Fort Myers on one of the guys, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, then I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Okay.
Or 13.
Who are you aiming for? Just the crowd, or
Whoever's closest.
the guy who's closest is on the ground? You're gonna have to do sort of an aim roll if you want to. You've got Bodhi stabbing him, and he's pinned down by 4.
I'm going to avoid hurting any of my own. So
You're gonna go for the crowd.
I guess.
Okay. Doo-dee-doo. We are rolling to see who gets stuck in the face with some Bernie times. These guys do a much worse job, perhaps because you were trying to hit them with a fireball from closer. Your aim was better, let's just say, than poor Blaine. It's a tragic story with that attempt to shoot them.
What can I do?
Roll for damage, please.
Oh, good. We're 13.
13? Okay. So I will roll to see how that gets split up. Hey, Blaine, would you be so kind?
Oh, this stop set brought to you by Entenmann's Donuts. Yes. The snack that fits on your dick. Entenmann's.
So you go
It's not
fadoosh.
the only snack that fits on.
There's lots of snacks that fit in your dick.
It hit 6 of them.
Awesome.
You can also just rub the Danish all over you. Just rub it. Rub it all over you. Entenmann's.
They halt for a second. The elves were trying to load up their bows and arrows, and they were not expecting these guys to close the distance so fast. So they all put their arrows in their bow, and they kind of go like, "Oh fuck!" And a couple of them try to shoot, but a couple others straight up drop their bow and arrow and grab whatever stabbing weapons they have, because they can tell that these guys are too fast and got too close. So one of these guys rushes and hits the owlbear guy. He just can't squirm out of the way, and hits him for, let's see, what is that?
Who's fast?
These guards that you encounter, the Katydid
shit.
people, and the owlbear minotaur dude runs real fast.
Okay.
So, this guy stabs at the owlbear guy and bloodies him up a little bit, but not like bloody as in like he's almost dead. Like just you see a little splash of red. Blaine, you're up.
I'm going to polymorph the guy, the owlbear guy.
Which, the one pinned to the ground or the one that just got stabbed a little bit?
The one that I was dealing with. So he was the one.
Yeah, he was in the group.
Okay, I'm going to do a little polymorph on that guy.
Cool.
And I'm going to change him into a owl with a human head.
All right, he's gonna attempt to save, and nope. So all of a sudden, you see a little switcheroo, and the head is way too big for the owl to even. It doesn't look like he knows how to use his wings even, and so he just kind of goes head over ass and just thunks against the ground and goes unconscious.
Okay.
Because these guys were tall, and he fell a nice good distance because his body shrank up to where his neck was.
Okay. I'm gonna stop flying long enough to land on him with both feet.
Okay.
Can I do that? Just to finish him off.
It's. I'm gonna say.
Maybe I'll do it next round.
Yeah, like you're doing it. I'll say you're like right above him.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I've got the follow through happening.
Foreign tries to bite the guy he's got pinned down again. Can't get him. You're up, Brian.
Who's closest?
You've got 6 giant 10-foot tall Katydid soldiers and an owlbear about 10 feet to your right, and then you've got a guy right at your feet, owlbear head, pinned to the ground. The owlbear head guy, actually, that was over there is now on the ground, unconscious.
Okay. I've got one pinned to the ground.
Foreign is pinning him to the ground for you, and you've been stabbing him. He's been trying to bite him, and it hasn't been working.
Is there any way of doing like a final kill shot on him, like since he's pinned, or
he's ripped? He doesn't look like, he's resisting being completely eviscerated by you.
Huh.
He's got really high dexterity, as they say.
What's savage attack?
Boy, oh boy. I'm going to look that up for everybody. I wish we had a sponsor right now.
Blaine, who would sponsor a savage attack?
Savage Attack brought to you by Prongles. Hey, who can afford Pringles in this economy? Sour cream and beef and Mugu Gai Pan. Prongles. It's a snack that comes in a tennis ball can. Dan?
When you score a critical hit with a melee weapon attack, you can roll one of the weapon's damage dice one additional time and add it to the extra damage.
Now I really want some Mugu Gai Pan.
So your crits are extra amazing.
All right. I'm just gonna give him a normal raging herald of Kelmar.
He's screeching at you, by the way.
Yeah,
He's going
man.
scree.
It's 11 on him.
Scree.
Again, that works, right?
Yep.
Damn it.
Are these guys undead?
You get the feeling that on some level they're undead.
So 8 on him.
It's weird undead.
They're alive.
Okay.
But they're dead. Like they're undead.
Yes.
Or unalive.
Dead alive.
And then a 15.
Cool. 15. Jesus.
Plus 20 or plus 7, yeah.
All right. So you just straight up stab him in the shoulder, and you feel some tendon kind of rip in his arm as you do it.
And then another 6.
Cool. You realize, by the way, that Gago is not around.
Who's got eyes on Gago?
Where we gotta go?
This is going to be a long fight.
Possibly.
I wish there's some other way. I wish Barris would just let us go. Can we talk to him?
Barris.
Yeah.
He's locked up in his carriage. We can yell at him while we're fighting.
I'm going to
I'll let
actually
you yell
approach
on
him
your-
on my next turn.
Okay. Yeah, you can yell something now if you want.
Well, I want to get closer to him.
All right. So these guys go after. Let me look and see where everybody is exactly. So they're just going to lay into some elves. They want to reduce the damage on them. So one of them attacks and hits an elf.
The old elf hitters.
Sorry to make you guys have a grueling, awful, bloody fight for the New Year's episode.
Okay. I just feel like we shouldn't have to fight these guys. But
Have to, get to. So one of them swings their pole arm down on an elf and kind of cuts his throat a little bit.
Okay.
Elf just sort of hits the ground. Another guy
Jeff!
swings and misses. Another guy swings and misses. Another guy hits. Another guy loses his neck. And oop.
Neck work.
Yep. 3 dead elves.
Neck wrecking.
Oh man.
Tom, you're up.
I will. I think I gotta go with the old firewalls again.
Go for it. Wait, is that a cantrip?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking. Yes, okay. Which ones you aiming for? They're all kind of in melee range now, so.
By the way, I
Everyone's gathered together.
went to Universal City Walk and took a picture of on the Fast and Furious ride. Little quote says, "I live my life a quarter mile at a time." Dominic Toretto, parentheses Vin Diesel.
Oh, that's like my name almost.
It's weird.
That is weird.
I wonder if you
Wait,
like
it's what? It's Dominic Toretto?
Dominic Toretto.
And my name's Tom
What a
Toretto.
weird coincidence.
That's crazy.
And he lives his life
How many?
a quarter
Quarter
mile at a time. And I live my life a quarter. What do I
So
live?
30 feet, I think.
30
the standard
feet at a
movement
time,
speed
right.
For a D&D character.
But with a
That's so fucking weird that this came out of nowhere.
That's crazy.
What are the chances?
How many Fast and Furious movies are there? Like 2?
and don't you have a magical elven Honda of speed?
Man, a bunch of them. I guess that's new. Maybe they listen to the podcast.
The Fast and the Furiouses?
Yeah. The
Hey, shout out to all the Fast and
the
the Furiouses out
73
there.
people who write that movie.
Are you a fast or a furious? Find out next issue of Tiger Beat.
Aw,
I rolled a 10.
great. So, yep, you just nail a dude for 10 burning damage, but his carapace seems to just kind of his exoskeleton seems like maybe fire doesn't do a ton damage. against these
Sorry
guys
about the
now that you're up
damage,
close.
dude.
Blaine, you are up.
I'm gonna flutter down and grab the owl, the unconscious dude, by the head, and just sort of start floating over towards Barris's.
They're not going to let you just do that, so I'm going to see if they can kind of notice. They notice. Let's see if they can do anything about it. Nope.
Oh, okay.
But like 3 of them look over at you and are like, and
Okay.
you get it and you start zipping over.
Yeah, I'm just gonna zip over with those guys.
Brian, you're up.
I'm going to use fast movement, and I'm just going to dodge them and run right at Barris
Okay.
and get as close as I can to him.
Go for it.
Do I have to roll anything for fast movement? Or
Look that up since you don't know. You fuck.
why would I?
Thank God for D&D Beyond. Holy mackerel. Fast Movement is brought to you by... Oh, I did some really bad
Hey, Blaine, what's this fart brought
commercials
to you
last
by?
week. I'm so sorry.
New Jersey's favorite hostile supply store, Bed Bath and Bayonne. Sorry, I happened to move you.
Great. So yeah, technically you can't do this when you've got heavy armor, but I'm gonna
I've used it before,
yeah. So
so we didn't.
I'm just realizing it now. Yeah, you start booking it over. What do you want to say? Anything yet?
Yeah,
You get about halfway there this turn.
I want to tell him we're on a mission from a different version of from a future version of him. That it sounds crazy, but he also should know that this island is magical. That's not the first time anybody's ever said that.
They sound
And
crazy,
We're
but it's true.
we're trying to destroy a bad guy before he destroys the whole island and kills Barris, because Barris died in another life.
Are you saying it in a slightly hostile way or a
No.
slightly placating way?
Just in a, hey brother, this is just Bodie telling you like it is.
Roll.
Why would I lie, brother?
Roll a 20 with no
Sounds
bonus.
crazy, right? 12 plus what would my bonus be?
No, bro.
No bonus for persuasion.
Okay.
You get a +3 for intimidation, but
Okay.
you decided to be nice. Nothing happens yet. Whoa. Hello, text
Okay.
message.
He rang a bell.
Yeah. So,
Titanic hits iceberg.
I took the news.
God,
I took the news off of this thing.
They choose
I
not
just turned it back on and it's getting old messages.
to go after you, Bodhi. They seem focused on the group.
Cool.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Let's get more dice. That's not good.
So one of the Katydid people wheels around and tries to go after Twee. And when he does it, he does like a moulinet where he spins his polearm and he cuts into his own leg and goes like, fuck. The little mandibles in his human mouth kind of shudder. And the other guys miss.
Nice.
You are up, Twee.
Am I getting closer to the carriage?
Yes.
Can I see anybody in the carriage?
There are curtains drawn. There's windows on either side.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of hold the head up and sort of go up and tap the door of the carriage with the head.
All right. Nothing happens yet. Brian, you're up. Or wait, no. Here, let me look. I think I got the order wrong.
It's probably me.
Yeah. You are.
Three of us played.
It's you.
Well, so where am I? Am I close to him yet?
You're closer. You got to keep running to catch up with Twee.
Sure. Sure.
Because he's flying, but or levitating. So
How far away was Barris?
he's now like 30 feet away from you.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm gonna keep booking towards him.
You gonna shout anything else this time?
Only that he should call off his guys. We don't want to fight his guys. We're actually here on a mission from him, and he needs to understand that. He needs to understand that.
All right. Nothing happens for you yet with the carriage. An elf gets wounded pretty bad, but he doesn't die.
Okay.
Tom, you're up. Tom, you notice off to your right that Fortenmeyer has ripped the throat out of the owlbear dude.
That's good. Let's see. Who's standing still? How many of these guys are still around?
You haven't really hurt the Katydid dudes yet. They're just kind of carving through all your elves.
Yeah. How many of them are there?
6?
One has his back shield off, at least. I'll probably
Yeah, one of them did turn to
him.
face Twee and botched.
shoot him.
So, go for it. With Firebolt?
Yeah. Whoops. 8.
Kind of goes poof against his armor. Doesn't really seem to hurt him much. Blaine, you're up.
How far away are the Katydids from the carriage?
You're now like 100 yards away from the melee combat. You're right by the carriage.
Okay.
It's still kind of shimmering. You feel like there's some kind of spell cast against it. It's visible.
The carriage. All right. And is anybody coming towards me?
No. One of them who was facing you just got nailed in the back with a firebolt, and you see him kind of look over his shoulder back at Tom.
I'm gonna look at the carriage and say, "Hey, I'll be right back."
Okay.
I'm gonna fly over to the nearest Katydid I can get to. That'll be my.
Are you still holding an unconscious owl with a human head?
Of course I am.
Okay, I'm gonna say the guy who is now distracted but was headed towards you, you can get to next turn.
Okay.
If you want to be
Perfect.
in melee range. Brian, you're up.
I don't even know what I'm rolling.
Oh boy.
No, I'm still talking. I'm
Oh,
going
that
towards
was not an attack that I just
No,
saw.
nope.
Well, that's true. You didn't call who you're attacking. I mean, Brian just rolled a January
it's just,
for fun.
yeah. So
like skateboarding.
I'm still talking to him. So, what is he doing?
Right now, the curtains are still drawn on the carriage, and no one inside has acknowledged you.
Well, I keep.
You're up to the carriage now, too.
Well, I ask him again to please call off his men and that we're not here to fight him. We're actually on a mission from him. and I can explain everything. It'll be tough.
Roll a 20.
9.
The door kind of pops. It opens up, and you see Count Barris sitting in there with another vampire.
Who is it?
Count Diandel, the bard who played George Michael songs.
I don't remember.
It's Count Diandel. He's a caster, bard.
Okay.
And Barris says, what is this about another version of me?
Well, how do I explain this to him? Blaine, do you want it? Where? Bodie's not the smartest guy, and I've got to do some complex storytelling here.
I'm going to roll something else that's happening behind you while you think about this. Okay.
So he's at the carriage.
He's
Yeah.
sitting in the carriage with
Bodie's
Count
at the
Diandel.
carriage.
Yeah,
Bodie's
we're
at
here.
carriage. You're leaving the
I was
carriage.
at the carriage with Bear.
We were told.
Oh, I thought there was nobody at the carriage with me. I thought I was the only one there.
We were told that the only way we were on a mission to destroy the Demolith from Count Barris.
Count
And-
Diandel's eyebrow twitches when you say
and-
you're going to destroy the Demolith.
We went to fight him, and he and all his Barris and all his vampire friends are killed, and we found out that the only way to defeat him was to go back in time through these caves and on the island. And when we came back up, we would find Horo, this guy that sort of set off this apocalypse on the island.
So both these guys
The
are
Demolith.
glaring you, and neither of them look impressed.
Well, right,
roll
because
a
I
20.
kind of
Well, no, you're,
jumbled it up.
We're still kind of going through a slow-mo version of this. Don't stress too much yet. So you roll a 13.
Yep.
So you say all that, and Count Diandel's eyes kind of go back to Count Barris to see how he's reacting, and Count Barris says, "Prove it.
How?
You tell me. I don't like game shows.
We know about him.
I don't like puzzle games."
We went to your castle. You have all these creatures that you've created. We've met. You let us use these Katydids that are fighting us right now. We use these guys as mounts. And yeah. Oh, do I have any armor from
He
him?
looks
Yeah,
at
I have.
you and he says, "Where did you get those pauldrons?"
They're from you.
"Those are behind a locked door in my castle.
Yeah, you gave them to us so we could fight the Demolith.
Prove you're not a thief."
Is it the craziest story you've ever heard? Why would I tell?
100%.
Well, why would I make that up?
All of a sudden you hear a loud bang. None of you were facing her, but Luoven has been levitating, and you look over, and she is casting something with her hands, and all of a sudden the Katydids all fall to the ground unconscious.
Wow.
So
That was good.
Yeah.
Count Diandel kind of like looks out of the door. Count Barris squints his eyes, and Count Diandel says, "You haven't heard him talk yet, by the way. He just played a song and then attacked you." So Count Diandel says, "Why did it?" No. He says, "Why are you listening to him?" And Count Barris punches Count Diandel in the face.
Really?
we seen this Dine-Bell guy before?
Yeah, we killed him.
You encountered him in the woods and killed him. He cast a lot of area of effect spells, as they called it in World of Warcraft back in the day. That's why I always think of it. He a lot of large, like he can make tentacles grow out of the ground.
Okay.
Cast a withering spell, but he gets knocked unconscious.
Okay.
Count Barris gets out of the carriage. It says, "Is this the first time you've drawn blood against my people?" Be honest.
No,
You're gonna have to roll.
we did before we met you.
You say this
And-
is another time. Have you visited the drow or this lunar bitch? What is...
Yeah.
Am I close now to walk up to them?
You can walk up. Yeah. You guys have disengaged from combat.
Right. Yeah, I
Luovan keeps her distance.
suspected that you might be interested in saving the world, so we sort of worked out a deal to work with you.
How is this
Against-
world worth saving? It's broken
against the
into
other
a million
wizards.
pieces.
Well, we can restore it to a better world.
Who told you that was possible?
LeVar Burton, in Reading Rainbow.
He says, "Oh yeah, I contributed to that GoFundMe. I think
Why
it's
don't
on
you
Netflix
take a
now."
look? It's in a book.
Reading Rainbow. So, roll anyone who wants to try to convince this guy is going to have to do a persuasion check, difficulty of 16. Holy shit.
So
I believe
convinced him.
this happened last time you encountered
Yeah.
Count Barris. You rolled a fucking critical success.
Oh, yeah, that's what turned him around.
That's how he stopped attacking in his castle. So what does Tom Doretto say to Count Barris? That convinces him that you've heard somewhere that this is possible, that you can save the world. I mean, you can lie and he won't know because you just
no, I'm
fucking
trying to
critted
think
this
of a
bitch.
good-
I'm sorry I keep saying bitch. I'm tired. I'm going to have some more Diet Coke.
Trust me.
I know you're not feeling well. If you could just do a little, if you could lean into the diesel a little more.
Come on, you're my brother. Trust me.
I got a 22.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Come on. We're brothers.
Let's have an
We're
adventure
on this
together.
mission. Like, it would be crazy for you not to trust us. You sent us on this mission. I don't know how else to convince you. You convinced us that this was doable.
That's how we knew we could
a long
talk to
time
you.
ago. Yeah.
He's
He's
had his hand on the hilt of his sword and he kind of puts it back in.
We both. I can't believe we both got fucking 20s.
Yeah, no shit. You guys have gotten so lucky with Count Barris. He's got this fucking insane sword that I just was like, oh man, there could be some serious player
Well,
deaths. This
well, I thought the Katydids were going to get everybody. So
you lost
I know we
at
lost
least
some
half
elves.
of your little party. Yeah.
Great.
So
You already killed some of our elves. Thanks.
you killed two of my my
Anyway.
children. So he says, "Trust the lunar elves. I think they're disgusting, but I think they're disgusting because they offer me hope. They broke this world.
Yes, they did.
They're trying to mend it.
That's why we're working with them.
If you go to the cave in the lunar elves forest, you can find the heart of the island. I don't know if you guys ever saw Lost. It's not like that. Don't worry.
I stopped after the first season, but
It might be difficult to get there once you're underground, but the place where the Demolith, started many of his spells is not far from there. So
all right, that's a good tip. Let's do it.
he leans up against the carriage and says, "I'm gonna lock my kin in this carriage. I can't look at him anymore." And he shuts the carriage. And he says, I want this to end quickly. I hope you succeed. And he just starts walking. There, you see, like, there's some mountains and some forest. He walks between them, He just doesn't want to go in the woods where the gross lunar elves are. So he's
He
like,
just leaves the other guy. That's awesome.
yeah, he leaves his Katydids on the ground.
Well,
He's magically locked Count Diandel in the carriage.
Let's head to the heart of the island.
Oh, hey, before we leave, I go, hey, Count Barris.
He looks over his shoulder. Yeah.
The toss of the unconscious head with the owl body on it.
Roll a dexterity check, difficulty 15.
14.
It lands with a thud at his feet. He kind of tries to reach out, and it just kind of awkwardly is like just out of his reach. And he goes, he's fine. It's fine. He picks him up and just starts walking.
I'm gonna give him the double guns thumbs up.
Thanks,
and a little,
Joe.
Yeah, a little thanks me, Joe, and some Mentos to the camera. Fresh maker move.
You see Forenmeyer turn back into elf form. He's really fucked up. He looks like he got hit by the Katydid soldiers a few times.
And we throw a healing on him.
Yeah.
I want you to roll to see how much you heal him.
So let me do a quick healing spell. Hey,
Ken, I finally saw. We'll just talk about bullshit. I finally saw it.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. Were you one of the ones that liked it, or did you not love it? You didn't love it.
I like parts of it, but mostly not happy with it.
I got to read it again because I read it so long ago, and so when I read
Fairly
when I
true to
saw
the
the
book,
old
they changed some
TV,
characters around.
yeah, the Richie kid was good. The kid from
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. I thought he was good playing like kind of a dick.
Yeah.
You know, like kid who can't shut up. You know, the way Richie was in the book.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I thought
I
the kids were all good.
I liked his
Yeah, oh
performance.
yeah. I thought
That's
there
a really
was,
hard
haven't
thing.
seen it yet.
That's a really hard thing to top or repeat.
yeah.
You know.
Have you seen Wormwood yet? He's pretty good. At
No.
Wormwood. It's a weird show, but he's pretty good in that.
He's a good actor, and
Yeah. Very much so.
the scares, man, the scares were pretty good. I thought the effects were good.
I don't, it's the new kind of stutter jump.
Oh
camera
yeah,
thing, and I really don't
but
dig that.
I thought they took that like to a level I hadn't seen before.
Uh-huh.
There were a couple of things where the payoff was like, they showed these jump scares from the trailer.
Yeah.
And in the trailer, they just seemed like jump scares, but then actually seeing them in the movie, there was a little more to
Made a
it.
little context to it.
Yeah, and I liked both of them.
I didn't hate
liked
it.
it
I just
more
didn't
watching
love
it.
it like everybody else did. And I felt
Yeah,
like it
I mean, I
really
waited
felt
so
like
damn long because I didn't think it was going to be great.
The movie I wanted to see was everything that happened up to the title. So like the opening scene and all that.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
comes through the pipe and you see it. And
Yeah.
all of that was perfect to me. And then it
Yeah,
was
Georgie was so good. That little
Cool.
poor
I'm
little
gonna have to
guy.
check that out.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just finally now
yeah,
on Amazon
Billy
and all those.
Crystal?
Oh, I'll watch it on Amazon for sure.
Like that's why I watched
How
it.
is it Billy Crystal in there?
I don't mean to brag, but I have.
He's in it, right? Billy Crystal?
What are you even thinking of? Like, what movie are you getting wrong?
Sorry. I'm thinking of Rabbit Test.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Hot pancreas coming through.
Never mind. I was just gonna say.
Joan Rivers movie she
yeah.
wrote. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this woman I work with. She works in like creative affairs part of DC that works on like movies and stuff. Kim Roberto. She's really, really cool. She's a big nerd. She plays Star Wars pencil and paper game at work.
Oh, right on.
After hours. And she dressed as Pennywise for Halloween, and she did like full latex prosthetics and fake teeth and like eye contact.
Wow.
Went to the DC Mad Magazine Halloween party with a balloon and just didn't speak to anyone. Just like lurked behind potted plants and like committed for 5 hours. Just did not drop her
That's
character.
amazing.
She was so. My wife and I were both just like, that is the coolest person we've ever seen.
They probably thought she was hired for the party.
They did. Well, we didn't know who it was, and then on Facebook the next day, I saw that she had like
So
posted the
funny.
latex process.
That's
and I was
great.
just like, whoa,
And
there's
she's
a real
she's
nerd.
actually sort of a spider.
I don't know if you ever came to my old house. I don't think you were here.
one in
You know my
Sherman Oaks?
with the white picket
I
fence.
knew you back then, but yeah.
So I would occasionally stand out there, and not just during Halloween, but I would stand in my own yard just wearing a Michael Myers mask, and
No pants, no underwear.
no, fully clothed.
There's a traffic flow by.
But there's constantly cars going by, so I would just stand there, and you'd hear like people kind of they pump their brakes a little, like, oh my god, did I just
That rules.
Just standing behind, like Michael would do in that kind of neighborhood, but committing to it.
Did you worry about the cops showing up?
Nothing ever happened. No one ever freaked. I'm in my own yard too. Like,
Yeah, what's the worst that can
all I
happen?
would say is I was just. Fucking
Well,
with-
yeah, the cops are going to,
I'm fucking with people.
Michael Myers is standing in someone's yard.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what's really
Okay.
terrifying is I would stand in my yard dressed like Mike Myers.
So,
I would just give just blurt out notes for the love guru.
you
Isn't
guys,
that the gag from Baby Driver? That's not a spoiler. The movie's a year old. The Michael Myers, Mike Myers thing.
Oh, is there one?
Somebody gets the wrong masks. They
The
get
trailer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
He
see it.
He was an Austin Powers mask.
Yeah, they get Austin Powers mask when they were supposed to get Michael Myers mask.
Oh,
that
You said
is
Mike
absolutely
Myers.
amazing.
Yeah.
So, you guys see that Barris is kind of like,
I'm a joke thief.
No, that's not what I was saying.
I'll be that guy. You absolutely, you're a joke thief. That's all your
You
jokes.
stole from a trailer you never saw.
Yeah, your whole act. I've seen your stand-up is just a rip off of John Candy.
Listen, I'm going through some tough times, you guys.
Oh,
I
shit.
I can't stop my leg. I can't. I can't stop my leg.
I thought that was the least funny thing I'd ever seen as a kid. I saw him do that on SNL.
Oh wait, hey,
the
my leg
blues
stopped.
thing.
Oh, thank you, Lord, for stopping my. Oh, there it goes again.
It's Robert Klein, right?
Robert Klein, yeah.
It's a Robert Klein bit. I like a lot of classic bits, but that bit, just as a teenager, I was just like, that is the
never been a
fucking
fan of Robert
opposite
Klein
of
in
funny.
general.
I was.
He
Those are
was,
some
he was
good
one of those guys
SNL
who just
days.
acted like he was funny.
I loved SNL back then, but I remember seeing that gag and going, no. I don't know if it was the blues thing or just that it was him, or I don't know, but that gag never worked for me.
SNL has a very strange relationship with music-based sketches.
Yeah, I mean, I
talk
remember
about it.
kids loving.
Needs more cowbell.
I remember kids loving.
I
the
thought
Blues
Beyonce
Brothers.
and
Oh, I
Samurai
hate that
Delicatessen
cowbell
was pretty
sketch.
good.
And, yeah, I mean,
That was the
Blues
wrong
Brothers were
age for the
funny in the
cowbell
movie,
sketch.
but like when they sang, I was like, "This is not for
What's
a
this?
12-year-old." Like when the Blues Brothers came out,
Oh,
like, the
Blues
movie's
Brothers are
awesome.
the greatest.
But when they would perform,
Yeah.
you like those songs?
Yep.
Oh,
I listened
see.
to the album over and over again. I went to
was
see them
going too
perform.
metal already at then. And
Yeah,
at
that'll
that
do
point,
it.
so I was just like, "What is this?
When
like,
Will
why
Ferrell
are these
was
old guys singing?"
No,
On
It
SNL,
got me
I
into,
was
like,
in
Sam
my
and Dave
super
and-
goth
and,
punk
uh,
phase and just was like, I hate everything.
You see it with Belushi,
What?
the Blues Brothers.
Yeah. Performing live at the amphitheater.
Really? When?
Yeah.
What year?
Steve Martin opened.
Oh,
Whoa.
Are they open for Steve Martin?
is that like 76 or
It
something?
was
sounds
a
like
long
they
time
would
ago.
open for Steve Martin, right?
I think so.
shit.
I think they opened for Steve Martin.
Wow, that's
Unless
amazing.
he opened. When was King Tut? Because he might have opened just with King Tut and then the Blues Brothers went on. I don't remember.
Huh.
I saw both of those. I saw Steve Martin and Blues Brothers
shit.
separately too. So
That is crazy.
yeah,
Um,
no, I loved them. I was crazy for them.
Oh, I loved King Tut, and I loved Steve Martin, and I loved Blues Brothers when they would talk, but when
But
they
not the
once they
music.
started
Yeah.
singing, and that Rubber Biscuit thing, that just I hated that song.
Yeah, sending
Carrie
everything-
Fisher was so great in Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
She's so
Killed me.
cute, still really sexy in that movie, and so yeah. What? No,
Brian
she's
just
it's a
totally
sexy part.
Sure. Yeah, she's got a machine gun and they're like so totally submissive and it's totally the way I like it. So, we're over time. So
Yeah,
I'm
way
gonna
over.
Give you guys just a little quick closing thing.
Sure.
You see Barris walking in, like the trail of the carriage is just like dead meat. Looks like they were just chucking like bones out of the window while they traveled from, you presume, like Barris's castle or
Why?
something. And you
Eating?
Huh?
Was eating?
They were eating people
and throwing
probably human
yeah,
bones.
you see what looks like a pelvis and a leg of a human male twitching on the
Thank you very
ground.
much.
Can't
Well.
stop his leg.
That was episode 37. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Nerd Poker. You can follow us at patreon.com/nerdpoker, and you get bonus episodes from there. And you can also send us anything at P.O. Box 16069, Encino, California 91416. Thanks for listening.